Welcome to Pinterest in 10 minutes a day, where I am here to empower busy moms take control of your online business using Pinterest marketing in just 10 minutes a day. My goal is to teach you the ins and outs and make it simplified for organic, do it yourself Pinterest marketing. I'm going to share success stories and provide actionable tips to help you grow your business using Pinterest. Get ready to learn, get ready to make the most out of your limited time and resource, and let's start seeing and growing that online presence. So, today we're going to cover niche or bust, why it's important to speak to one entrepreneur, and how this is going to beat shouting at the crowd on Pinterest. So there are two sides to this. So a lot of people say, I don't want to niche down. There's too much I want to do. We're going to make it work, right? I was there. I've been there before. But if you feel like your account is going nowhere, you've been pinning into a void, your pins are getting no impressions. It's been about, now let me add that it's been about at least 3 to 6 months, you should start seeing some impressions. But if it's going on 6 to 9 months and you're really not seeing anything, if you haven't given up hope yet, it's most likely because you're not niched down enough. And on the flip side of that, I kind of see this with more with pinners who are using Tailwind, is if you are getting a ton of impressions or views, but you're not actually getting any clicks, you're not getting those saves, you're not ultimately making money from Pinterest, then you are also too broad and not niched down enough. Okay. As we head into this holiday season, it's October, guys. The new year is literally just around the corner. We have Halloween, we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, and there you go. We're at the new year. It is your wake up call right here today while you're listening to this to niche down and audit up your profile. Okay. We're going to explore why broad profile is bad and how to show you growth gaps. And we're going to share stories. And I'm at the very end, I'm going to give you a step of what you can do to help with this. Okay. Let's get your Pinterest humming and working well before New Year's so that the fresh start with New Year's is going to take off. This is great for a lot of entrepreneurs who don't do a ton of Black Friday sales or anything, especially because sell dates on Pinterest don't work good. So if you have a 1 week sell around Thanksgiving on Pinterest and you pin just that 1 week, it's not really the best marketing strategy. That's a whole different podcast. But if it's a slump right now, with the views, with the traffic, getting it set up now, niche down, audited now, is going to set you up for the fresh new year when everything starts up again. Okay. This is really good. So I want you to picture this. You are a mom selling digital planners, but you have boards with easy family meals. You have a quick kid craft board. You have a self-care Sunday board. They're super cutesy names, or they're just kind of boards all over the place, right? But you're selling digital planners. This is a trap, okay? This is one of the reasons why your account might be getting a ton of impressions, is they're getting impressions on all this information, but not actually the pins that are going to bring you traffic and make you sales, okay? You are talking to every single mom out of there and you're connecting with no one. Pinterest algorithm also gets confused, and it's going to serve your content casually to whoever happens to go by it, hence all the impressions, but no clicks. If you want the clicks and the sales, then you need to niche down. So if you are too broad, if your boards are too broad, you're going to have massive impressions, but no clicks and sales. Okay. So this is something I see time and time and time again. So how to flip it? Let's say you're still selling the digital planners. So create a board that's maybe called time blocking planners, or planners for mompreneurs, or planners for busy moms. You can, or planners for side hustlers, right? Having boards like that. Maybe a mom boss daily planner. Maybe you have a scheduler for busy moms, a board idea. And these types of boards, the algorithm loves, okay? Yes, your impressions might drop, but your impressions are going to be way more specific because your pins are being delivered straight to the searchers who needs the boards exactly what to offer. So we're going to backstep super quick. What is a board? So when you have a pin on Pinterest, you can't just have a random pin, okay? Well, I guess you can, but that's a whole different story. But a pin is going to go onto a board and catalog these ideas. Think about you having, when you're in school in junior high, you have an English folder, you have a math folder, you have a social studies folder, right? These are what the boards are for. So you're going to have multiple folders relating to time-saving tips, relating to planners, relating to busy moms and busy mom schedules. And Pinterest is going to be like, oh, these boards, this profile is all about helping busy moms save time. And now that you have more boards related to planners, those are going to stick out a lot more. Okay. So before we get into this friend from California, I want to share you my example from this is I was getting back when I was on Pinterest when I started my very first business. I was teaching mainly about food storage, partially about emergency preparedness. I had frugal living and I also had finances all in there. And I was getting great traffic. I was getting over 3,000 visits a month, guys. I was like, ah! But after months and months and months of getting all this traffic and not making a single sale on my digital products that were under $10, I'm like, something's not right, right? I dug in and I niched down to just food storage. And later on, I added in that emergency preparedness aspect. And when I niched down, I was getting less than 1,000 visits per month to my blog. But I started selling my products. Okay. This is the power of niching down. It's not just me, it's for everyone. I see it time and time and time again as I do Pinterest audits and as people go through the POG Academy and to grow and ask questions. Okay, now I'm going to share something with California. So Emily from California, she's like, I don't know what to do to niche down. And I get it. I've been there before. All of those products are passion topics that I was talking about. I had products for all of them. How do I niche down? Okay, so this is your 10-minute action step that I want you to do. I'm going to remind you to do it at the beginning, but go ahead and write it down now if you want, so you don't have to scroll back. Is for 10 minutes, set a timer. For the first 1 to 3 minutes, you're going to write down your top 3 passions/skills. And this is if you absolutely have no clue what you want to do around Pinterest, but if you already have affiliate marketing company, let's say with doTERRA essential oils, what are the top 3 passion skills you use those essential oils for, right? So let's say somebody works on email marketing and they also work with Mom Guild. So let's do essential oils and a more natural living or a holistic health, right? That type of thing. So write down these top 3 passions/skills that you will use in your business with your products and what you offer. So if you don't have a business and you don't know what to do, because I do know I have some of these people who listen, they just want to get started on Pinterest, go ahead and write down your skills, what you would love to do, and go from there. And you can create content and product around that. But if you already have your business, what are the top 3 things your business helps with? Okay. Then the next 4 to 6 minutes, I want you to describe your dream client, okay? One entrepreneur thinking about one person. If only one person is going to buy your daily planner, if only one person is going to buy your doTERRA essential oils every single month, if only one person is going to do your email marketing course every month, who would that person be? What is her biggest problem? What is she looking for? What are some things she had to do before buying that planner? Like, what are some aha moments she had to have before that planner or before realizing she needed email marketing or before she realized she needed holistic health and healing with essential oils? What is she needing? Where is she at right now? Okay. And now this is going to take us into the next few minutes is keywords. What is she going to search on Google? What is she going to search on Pinterest? What is she going to look for on YouTube? Is it going to be busy mom email templates or email templates for start a business? Is it going to be healing a cough naturally or holistic oils to keep my kids healthy in the flu season, right? Is it going to be daily planning, how to do a schedule with the mom of twins, right? What is she going to search for when she Googles? She's not just going to type in daily planner. No, she's going to look for some certain type of planner. You want to figure out those keywords. She's not just going to search doTERRA essential oils. She's going to be looking natural way to relieve a cough. Or she's going to be looking how to soothe my child's sore throat naturally, right? She might type in essential oils for breathing, right? So what are these keywords? And make a list. Start with 5, but your goal is really, and this is what I cover in my Organic Growth Academy course, is really to get a list of 20 to 30. But just for the sake of 10 minutes, start with 5, okay? The very last minute, I want you to nail it, okay? We're going to put all those 3 together. Email funnels for mompreneurs for the email marketing, right? doTERRA or essential oils for kids, right? You're all going to focus about those essential oils and how to help those kids feel better so we're not dumping all this medication on them, right? What was the other one we were talking about? The planner? Oh no, planners. So daily planner for sports moms, right? Maybe it's sports moms and they have 4 kids with 4 different sports schedules, right? I've actually seen somebody selling planners for people who are going through chemo treatments to keep track of the chemo and the radiation and all of that. Like, get super specific and niche down. That is your 10-minute thing, okay? I actually have another story of Taylor, and she's a virtual assistant coach. Well, she used to just do general VA tips for anyone and everyone. She had parenting hacks. She had recipes all on her profile. She had over 20,000 views a month, but 0 inquiries, right, about her services. She niched down to not just a VA booking system, but also a Christian mom's VA support, right? So she's targeting those Christian moms. Her views tanked, they dipped, right? But she started to get inquiries each month. And then as months went by, she got paying clients, right? Because she niched down. So, and I already told you about my 3,000 views, right? Down to under 1,000 views to no sales to 1 sell, right? So impressions isn't all about how good or how aren't good you're doing. You really want to turn those impressions into clicks. And when you are too broad with your boards, with your Pinterest doesn't know who you're talking to, and you're just going to get a broad audience. The more specific, the better. Okay. Will it take a little bit longer to see those impressions? Yes, because Pinterest is figuring out what that niche is about. And maybe only 10% of the people on Pinterest are looking for that niche, but they're going to be way more specific leads leading you into sales and clients and customers. Okay. So your action step, do that 10-minute niche exercise. Pick your one mom entrepreneur avatar. You're going to create 5 pins or 5 boards, depending on where you're at with your Pinterest profile, targeting those keywords that you looked up, okay? After a month, kind of check back and see how things are doing. Where are the impressions at from last month? Which boards are getting the most traffic and digging into there? That's actually one secret that you can do to look for is if you're getting a ton of impressions, but not any sales, go to your Pinterest analytics and click on boards. Which boards are getting the most impressions? If your breakfast recipe boards are getting the most impressions, but yet you're selling home workouts, there's a problem there, right? There's a disconnect there. Okay, there you have it. Niche down or bust. You definitely want to speak to one ideal mom, and the right crowd will find you. When you speak to everyone, you're speaking to no one. The key to Pinterest is having those keywords to tell the algorithm what you're about, to speak you to that one client and seeing growth. Now, if you're still looking for more help, I totally recommend signing up for 1 hour Pinterest Power Hour. It's a strategy call to see where you're at. If you feel like you have a profile, but things aren't quite going right, if you have questions, you don't know where to start with your business, or you know what you want to sell, but you don't know how to tie it all in with Pinterest marketing, these power hours are amazing. We never run out of things to talk about, and you walk away with a nice list of things that you need to do. Don't get overwhelmed with the list because it's not like you have to do it that very week or month, right? But it's your direction of what to go from there. I'm going to go ahead and link up the Pinterest Power Hour before. We're nearing the end of the year, so I definitely have less spots, but it's okay to sign up for it and do it in the new year. Either way, niching down now before the new year starts or auditing your account, doing a power hour is going to get you on that right foot in 2026. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you have any questions, head on over to my free Facebook group, Women on Pinterest, and I will answer them for you there. Bye for now.